here at SJC with
Yes.
Zach.
That's right.
Who's going to tell us when this started, the history, etc., etc.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, welcome to SJC Drums here in Southbridge, Massachusetts. And this is our 25th anniversary.
Oh,
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, so it started 25 years ago in Dudley, Massachusetts, right next door. Two brothers, Mike and Scott Prari, started making drums in what has become known as Grandma's basement. So quite literally, in their, how fitting, in their grandma's basement, they were building drums. So started with snares and then moved to a kit, and they thought, and their friends were like, oh, this is cool, let me get it, some drums too. And it just snowballed from there to, well, let's bring some drums to local shows, concerts, and see if the drummers want to, try them out. And this whole thing really started from a love of custom drums. At the time, there were other custom drum companies. I would say Orange County Drums and Percussion is probably the grandfather or the grandmother of all of this. They were making custom drums, and it inspired Mike and Scott to do the same. So they added their own flavor, and yeah, it's snowballed once they started meeting other drummers, showing them what they can create, and then they were like, well, okay, can you make me this? Sure. And then another drummer sees that, well, can you make me this? And yeah, so it's all just people's expressing themselves through their drums, whatever they can come up with. Mike and Scott and the crew were able to make it happen. And over the years, started working with bigger and bigger artists. Like Panic at the Disco was one of the first big bands to come on to SJC, and Green Day, Slipknot, 21 Pilots, and it has brought us to where we are today, making drums for bands across the world. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, are they still all custom?
Yes.
drums?
So it's a mix now.
Okay.
Actually, yeah. So what we did, it was all custom for the longest time, and around 2016 is where we started introducing what we call series drums. So many were handcrafted still here in Massachusetts, but it was a spec we determined, and you maybe had a color choice. So for a more affordable price, you could get a USA-made kit or snare. You just wouldn't be able to choose your hardware, the sizes, etc.
Okay.
It was more of a assembly line type process where we could offer drums at a more affordable price, because custom drums can be expensive, handcrafted.
Sure.
One's different than the other. Even after 2016, we then realized, okay, there's so many young fans of SJC who are just starting out. We need more entry-level prices. So we now have factories overseas where we can offer a three-piece drum set at $7.99 and snares at $1.99. So we now have the full, like any other big drum company, we have a full range, right? We have our made in the USA product and then made overseas product that's more affordable, but still SJC.
What's your position?
Director of Strategy and Engagement, kind of a title that we developed for me, but trying to lead the charge in where we're taking the product and how we work with artists and how we present ourselves to the world.
And how do you go out now, or does everybody come to you now?
That's a great question. It's a mix of both. I worked here starting in 2016, and I was here for 5 years. In that time, I was a sales rep that moved on to brand management, and I would both receive incoming artists who were interested in working with us, but I was very much active in reaching out to bands I love and drummers I love, and saying we'd love to work with you, and then hopefully working something out where we could make them something great, they're happy. So it's a mix of both still. Our name has become larger and people will just come to us, but I don't think we'll ever lose we really like this band, we really like this drummer, we want to reach out to them and see if they want to work with us.
And I'm making this assumption, you're a drummer.
Yes.
And it sounds like everybody here that works are drummers, is that correct?
I would say like 95%. Yes, there are a couple that are just really great craftsmen, and they have skills that are applicable to drums, but most are drummers or musicians in some way, or just love music. Yeah.
What do you sell the most of?
Most of the drums that leave this shop they fall in the legacy category of custom drums. This is where you can choose your shell material, your sizes, your finish, the type of bearing edge, which is the part of the drum where the head sits on, so the edge of the top of the shell.
Okay.
That can help determine the feel and the sound. So most of our sales come from the legacy level of the custom shop, quickly followed by, I would say, series drums. The Tour Series is a USA-made 3-piece kit. We sell a lot of those. I have one myself. And then the overseas drums as well.
Is there anyone that's more, is a snare, or is it all equal kind of the types of drums you sell?
That's a good question. I do believe we still sell more kits, or what we call shell packs, than we do snares. But when you are out on the custom floor, you'll see, I would see almost an equal amount of custom kits and snares, because most people will have maybe 1 or 2 drum sets, but will have many more snare drums.
Really?
Yes, because, and I have 2 drum sets. One I actively play, because it's just like my style. It has 2 rack toms, 2 floor toms, but I have 5 snare drums because it's just so fun to collect different snares. I mean, yeah, this is one of the guys on the floor here, Reed. He's like a custom drums connoisseur. Like he's just so passionate about it, and I love talking to him about drums. I don't know how many snares he has, but some people have hundreds of snares, really. Some drummers, yeah. I know they're out there, and I used to have a customer who bought maybe a new kit or snare like a month.
A month.
Some people this is just their thing.
A
Yeah.
month. Yeah, but that's
It's wild, yeah.
that is wild. A month.
He just was a collector, So yeah, snares, most drummers will have more snares than kits. Some will have just as many, but that's typically what we see.
So do you see any expansion in any way?
We do have dealers across the globe, but we are trying to get more and more into Australia is a big one for us. I'm trying to work a deal with a dealer in Mexico right now. But I did just open up the UK and Europe again with a partner, Gear for Music. They're an amazing, amazing company, mostly online sales. They have some showrooms, I believe. But yeah, so we want to have a footprint everywhere to make our drums accessible really all over the world. But the latest one was expanding back into Gear for Music, which is the UK and Europe, and it's going well.
So what do you see the biggest challenge in your job?
Right now, it will be, we are still looked at as the small drum company in a pond of a lot of big players. But I do believe we're up there with them in terms of quality. We just need to now get more visibility to people who maybe just don't know about us still. And what's more unique about us, I think, is the one-to-one relationship you can have with the company.
What do you like most about your job?
SJC enables creativity, and now I like that I am able to come in every day and be creative in some way, whether it's the way I approach a sale or the way I design a kit for an artist or a friend or a customer. SJC just enables creativity, and that is fun. So I have to say that, and the relationships I can create through drums and bands that I love. I get to talk to some of my favorite bands. It's crazy.
Can people come here and do this tour?
Yes, we can. People can come here and get tours. We can show you how it's done. We'll give you a tour after this.
Okay.
But the real way people get to talk about customizing drums and place orders is through our website. We have a quote form, and you can choose. So basically, you choose everything you can think of, like what are the material you want, the size. This is a nice long form. And then you end up speaking with Matt. He is our sales rep, and he takes care of everyone currently when they want to work direct and customize something. Josh Dunn is one of our biggest artists. He plays for the band 21 Pilots. This is one of his signature kits. Red acrylic, really cool. Oh yeah. When you work with SJC, again, all of the known drum brands, and even smaller drum, we all make great drums. I still think what separates us from the rest is just the connection you can have when you do choose to work with us. And we make it a lot more fun and interactive, but not just during the sale, it's after that too. We have what we call the SJC family, and it is our community of customers, our artists, our drummers, that it's really this unique family of people all in it for the same thing, to be different, to have something different than the rest, to make their own mark, and we will never let that go. We still do that. So if you are a drummer and you want to create something that is unique to you, and have it built right here in the US, and we are the place to do it. This is where it all begins with our shell stock. Now, our shells are made in the US through a partner to our spec. We can get many different materials. Most common is maple. And what you're seeing is a combination of maple shell stock, birch, there's maybe some mahogany here. We can do acrylic like you saw. But the shells come in basically raw, perfectly round and ready to go. And then everything will start over in that corner. That I'll say is woodworking prep. So shells must be sanded inside and out because you need a perfectly flat surface to apply your paint or stain or wrap to. And then you want the inside of the shells to be nice and smooth too, because we do now apply a nice proprietary finish on the inside, keep that wood sealed up, nice and smooth, lasts for years. Technically, you can have a drum set, and if you take care of it, it will last forever, really. So shells are prepped over here. This table is actually used to create unique hoops or shell layups. I'll show you butcher hoops. It's something that was created years ago by one of our artists. His nickname was the Butcher. And it's a really unique wooden hoop that almost looks like this. These are going to be called UFOs. It's like a unique drum that looks like a UFO. But yeah, any really intricate woodworking happens over here. Oh, there's some UFOs over here. This, in my opinion, is now the most important area. This is where we will cut the bearing edges. It must be perfectly flat and it must be perfectly cut. Once we have sanded them and believe they are flat, see that granite block right there? We put every shell right on that and we take that light above it, that like desk light, and we shine it in the middle of the drum, and we want to make sure no light's coming through. That's when we know it's a perfectly flat bearing edge. Yes. So edges are super important. In the back along the wall, you'll see drill presses. So if people are getting unique layouts on the drums for their hardware, this is the hardware that will connect the hoops to, then we have to do that by hand. There's no, like, you have to map it out perfectly, and you kind of get one shot once you drill something. So Matt is typically who lays out any intricate hardware and then drills it so that we can, attach everything to the drum correctly. And then the drilling, the hand-done drilling happens over here, but we have a machine that also you put a shell in, and it has a program, a CNC machine, to just drill our series drums, because it's always, I'll show you, it's wild.
Wow.
It's wild,
That's impressive.
Oh yeah. Over here we have some metal shell stock doing, these are cast bell brass shells, so they're seamless, top quality, top-notch shells. That'll become our Goliath bell brass snare. These black nickel colored shells over here with the shine on them, those will be a signature snare for an artist of ours down the line here. Probably at the end of the year we'll release that. So working on some really unique drums and limited edition drops. This section is the wrap section, and I'll show you over here some like actual customer orders in a second. So drums are either going to get some sort of paint, stain, or wrap finish typically. Wraps were really popular and started, I would say, people will, when they think of wraps, they think of like Buddy Rich's White Marine Pearl kit. It's just a classic look. So any wrapped drums will be laid out and cut the wrap on this table here. You can see the little machine, we measure it. We have all these formulas and calculations that we know if the drum is this size, then we need this exact amount of wrap cut to this exact size. We also do things like...
That would make a difference, just like over here, that the wrap is exactly...
Oh yeah.
That's what I assume.
Yeah, because you actually, if you're doing a wrap, you need to put that on first, and then you cut the bearing edges, because it's... And then drill. Yes, exactly. Wow. Same thing with any finish, really. The drilling and the edging, but... Like, look at this, for example, I was demonstrating a snare drum earlier, but this is like a custom kick drum that we had made. It's like kind of the shop kick drum, but you can see this is a ginger glitter with a white glitter stripe. This is a maple kick drum, 18 by 22. We did the ginger glitter on the kick hoops, and what we call brass hardware. So it's a brass finish or a plating on top of hardware.
It's very impressive.
Yeah, the bass drum itself, I want to say, is probably around $1,100 if you were to buy just one. Yeah, yeah, but all made right here. Sounds great too. Yeah, this is the paint booth, and you can take a look inside.
Look at this.
Yeah, it's cool. It's got, like, you can see all the splatter and stuff.
Cool.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But Tom is the main painter. Oh, and that's kind of his lair. And yeah, tons of different, you can see the little plates where we can put different size plates, and there's like a spinning platform so you can get a nice even spray. You spin the drum and let it rip. We do a lot of paint splatter finishes. So literally you'll just put the drum and like throw paint, you know? I mean, that's how you get a true paint splatter. See on the wall, I was talking about the butcher hoops.
Yeah, yeah.
See the green kit? It's looks like Super Mario tubes.
Yep.
Yep, so those are butcher hoops, those big chunky wooden hoops on the drums that actually kind of cover the hardware.
Huh.
So it became something we were known for, and it's still a sought after, custom option. There you go. Yeah, I love those. The most unique, I'll say, custom endeavor SJC ever went down. So Back to the Future, the DeLorean.
Yeah.
That kit is supposed to be like the car, and like on the kick drum, the actual doors of the DeLorean, like it opens up, it raises up.
Wow.
So it's crazy. You can see all the lighting on it, and like they took all like the different parts of that car, applied it to a drum set. So it became very, very famous. Oh, this is the CNC machine. The CNC machine. So,
CNC machine.
yep. This is programmed to understand different shell types based on the chucks that you put in. And if we are doing the Tour Series, for example, that popular US-made series kit, it knows, because it has shield lugs every time drilled in the same spot. It knows once we put the shell in and hit in the program for the 12-inch rack tom for a Tour Series, it will just go, the machine will literally drill everything and edge the drums for us.
Oh, wow.
So we pump out a lot of those, and we need the extra, essentially, muscle, and this thing handles the drums.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, so it just enables us to be faster. This is the Josh kit. It's always fun to look at. So this was for a band called 4 Year Strong. We made it early, mid-2000s. Yeah, it's just, check out so those are hand-cut butcher hoops with the teeth. I know, I love that.
Some movie they got in the vineyard or...
Yeah. Isn't that cool? It's one of my favorites, like the fake blood on like the hardware. It's just, yeah. I love that drum set so much.